from underneath the hood on the driver's side, our wiper cover here, our trim pieces, a 7mm screw. Just got to loosen and remove that. Now right beside it is going to be a plastic Phillips head screw. We're going to use a stubby screwdriver. We're also going to use a pick, and as we loosen this, we're going to go ahead and lift this up and out. Once you get that out, get it popped out the base. Now underneath the driver's side wiper blade, there is another spot right here where we would normally have one of those plastic inserts. Ours is missing. So now we're going to go ahead and move further down and get to the next one. Let's go ahead and remove our next screw here. And then once we get that out, we'll go ahead and pop out the base. Now on the passenger side, we would normally have another one of those little plastic screws right here with the inset, but our piece is broken. So if you have that piece right there, go ahead and remove that. We're going to continue on to our 7mm screw right here. I'm going to go ahead and remove this. Now on the base of our wiper arms, we want to go ahead and lift up these caps. We're just going to use a small pick, get up underneath here and pop that up like so. And do the same on the driver's side, and then we're going to go ahead and loosen and remove the nuts here, holding the wiper arms to the wiper transmission. Using a 1/2-inch socket, I'm going to go ahead and remove that nut. We're just going to go ahead and drop that down. Now we're going to go ahead and lower our hood. We're not going to latch it, we just want to lower it down. Now at this point here, before we remove our wiper blades, you want to make sure that when we reinstall these here, the wiper blades are in their original position. We're just going to use a crayon, and we're just going to put a little dash mark here. You can put one there, maybe on the other side if you can reach it, but we'll be fine with this here. You also, if you want to, you can go ahead and mark the wiper arm as a driver side. Just put a little DS on the wiper arm. Because we're going to have both of these removed, you don't want to get them mixed up. Flip up the cap, bring up on the wiper arm, and just give this a little wiggle, and the wiper arm will slide off of the transmission here. Go ahead and set your wiper arm aside. Now we're going to go ahead and repeat for the passenger side. I'm going to go ahead and raise our hood and set our prop rod. Now with the driver's side wiper arm removed, you're going to find one more of these little plastic screws here, as well as under the passenger side wiper arm, you're going to find one of these. You want to go ahead and remove these here using your Phillips head screw, using your Phillips head screwdriver. I'm going to go ahead and remove that center screw. lift up our center cowl here and set that aside. So on the wiper motor here, we have our harness. We're just going to use a small pick and lift up on this here. I want to go ahead and wiggle that harness off. On this right here, I'm going to go ahead and undo the retainer for this harness right here, just using our pick. Pop it in there and twist. Now up here behind the wiper transmission is the linkage going to the ball. We're going to use our small pry bar. We're going to go ahead and pop that off. Now the wiper motor here has 3 10mm bolts to remove. There's one up top here, one over here, and there's one underneath you need to get to. There's the bolt for the bottom. Let's go ahead and get the two on the top. So while I'm removing this here, you can hold the wiper transmission if you want. Shouldn't drop too far once we get that bolt out. I'm going to hold the wiper transmission from the back side, remove that bolt. Now on the back side here, the wiper arm, the pivot with the ball on it, will manually have to be pulled up. So I'm just going to hold the motor. You can move that motor by hand. That's going to allow this arm to come out of the cowl. And there you have it. When installing the unit, you want to make sure that your wiper arm unit here with the ball is faced at the 12 o'clock position. It's going to allow you to feed it up into the cowl. Start to install your screws or bolts. Install your bolts. Once you have the two upper ones in, I'm going to go ahead and get the bottom one installed here. that down. Do the same for this one over here. Once we have that third bolt tight, you want to go ahead and reach up, and you want to go ahead and manually move that wiper transmission arm down to the position so we can go ahead and reconnect the wiper transmission itself. Let's go ahead and connect our wiring harness here. Press that in, that'll snap into place. And bring your harness up. Get that tucked in here. Snap that in there. Let's go ahead and go into our cowl area here. I'm going to line that up. And go ahead and pop this on. Let's go ahead and grab our cowl cover here. Get this drop down into position. I'll go ahead and install our push pin right here. And push that down and in. On the driver's side, we'll get our insert placed in there. Now that we have our insert in, we're going to go ahead and push our button in and lock that into place. Let's go ahead and install our insert right there. I'm going to go ahead and get our 7mm screw started here. I'm going to go ahead and get that screw snug down. Let's go ahead and get our insert put in here. Now on our passenger side here, go ahead and get our 7mm screw started here. I'm going to snug that down into place. Let's go ahead and close our hood. I'm going to go ahead and install our wiper arm here. I'm going to go ahead and fold this down into position. So once we get our wiper arm set up here, I want to go ahead and line up our crayon mark that we had marked on the windshield so we know that the wiper is in the correct position. Go ahead and work that down into place. Install the nut. I'm going to go ahead and snug that down. Snap the cap on. Repeat for the driver's side.